What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. So when I see some content that is just not a good content, and this is about Po420, and let me just show you this. This bothers me. So this is called How to Fix a Po420 Engine Code in 3 minutes, 3 methods, only $19.99. This video got 2 million views 4 years ago. So let me show you. I have to laugh. So this is the video, and sometimes I just click on videos just to see what
everything is fine.
What they're all about. So let me pause it. I'm going to rewind it, and it's actually a quick video. Talks about using your app. But let's just
Zeus app to scan your vehicle and see the error code Po420. Po420 is one of the...
And it goes into describing what a Po420 code is, kind of identifying it a little bit.
Catalytic converter cleaner.
So here it says, and I guess they're promoting a product, so it says to get catalytic converter cleaner.
There are many different kinds of cleaner. Normally it's all under $20. Simply pour the cleaner into the gas tank.
All right, so let me just talk about CataClean. Pour in gas tank additives. CataClean is a pour in gas tank additive. Nowhere, anywhere in this video does it say why you have a CAT efficiency code, which is the most important, is understanding why you have a CAT efficiency code, right? That is the most important part of this. Pouring in stuff into your gas tank to fix a catalytic converter code. Are you really fixing anything? Not really. People argue this constantly. A dirty or fouled fuel injector could cause a CAT efficiency code. What do I mean by that? If a fuel injector is not atomizing the spray pattern of fuel and it's dripping it or just puddles of fuel instead of spraying it, you're getting incomplete combustion. You're not supposed to be burning raw fuel. You're supposed to be burning atomized fuel in a combustion chamber. So if you have a little dirty injector, would people buy fuel injector cleaner more often if you said it didn't fix CAT efficiency code, right? Now we're seeing data streams for newer vehicles that are saying you have an injector problem with cylinder imbalance, right? And then it's kind of saying, in most cases, you're not cleaning your fuel injector to fix that. In some cases, you are. But a pour-in fuel and a fuel system cleaner, it really isn't cleaning the catalytic converter. It's masking the initial problem or correcting a problem in the fuel delivery to the combustion chamber and the step and way the fuel's atomizing. And the hint right here is the cause of why you're getting a CAT efficiency code. So this doesn't really say what's going on, or saying, hey, you can method A, buy a bottle of pour-in catalytic converter code fix. So do I believe in that? I believe in maintaining your vehicle, and that includes fuel injection service, GDIs, carbon service, throttle body. So is that really a fix? It could be, but not exactly. And it doesn't say that. Why you're pouring this in here, it's leading you towards this magic product is actually cleaning the catalytic converter, which I don't believe. And if it was, you would never have to take your catalytic converter or DPF filter off or particulate filter off to actually clean it. So let's just move forward. And new gasoline power vehicles are getting particulate filters. So you think that maintenance is going to be super important? Absolutely.
Then you can drive your car for 150 miles.
So method, we're going to fast forward through this.
2,500 RPM. Put the catalytic converter.
All right, so method 2. Let's go back. Let me show you. Method. So remove the catalytic converter. Oh, sorry. Method 1 was to clean the catalytic converter with a fuel injection gas tank additive. Method B would be wash the catalytic converter. And what they're saying is remove the catalytic converter, get a bucket of soapy water, and soak your catalytic converter
need to do is to remove the catalytic converter from your vehicle. Then, get a bucket, put some detergent soap in it, and foam it up. Put the catalytic converter into the solution, soak it up for 10 hours.
If you have to wash your gasoline-powered catalytic converter off the substrate, or the brick we call it, you have bigger problems than that going on. And if you don't resolve why the catalytic converter substrate is soaked in raw fuel or oil or antifreeze, it may be already too late for that. That is very labor intense for most people to do that. And the chances are, again, you're not fixing anything. By washing the catalytic converter, you're not fixing the root cause. Same thing with the pour in gas tank solution like CataClean and catalytic converter, cleaner. You're not really fixing anything. You're maintaining your fuel injector, your fuel system, to get that injector to atomize the fuel correctly. And ultimately, it may need a fuel injector, it may need a valve job, it may need something else, but we're not saying like, hey, this got a lot of views. Would I ever advise for a customer to remove their catalytic converter to clean it? If you're going to go through all that to remove it, you might as well replace it. But you need to identify why the catalytic converter is reacting and triggering a Po420 code. So if you have to wash your catalytic converter, there's a bigger problem. And the catalytic converter will soak with unburnt fuel. And even after that you fix the unburnt fuel issue, if it is that, or wash the oil, the carbon that's deposited inside or along the substrate, or the plugging, which most of the patients you're not getting the plugging out, you have to fix the root cause first. So taking it apart and washing catalytic converter, these are just on the Band-Aid side of what this is saying here. Have I ever successfully washed a catalytic converter and had it be satisfied? No. I know many used car dealers that buy CataClean and hope that their $20 solution will work. It doesn't. They usually come back for us to replace the catalytic converter. They don't necessarily have us fix the root cause of why the catalytic converter failed. But then it's a masked issue, meaning you're putting an efficient converter on there, you'd hope, a very efficient, or an OEM converter, and they will take the abuse for a period of time until the underlying causes that converter to pitch an engine light. But usually you might be able to get a year or two out of it, and by then it's typically out of warranty. So yeah, if you have to wash your catalytic converter, you definitely have bigger problems. Now, if you have a diesel vehicle, whole different scenario. So let's keep going forward.
Remove all the crud that's inside of it. See, by looking inside the converter, there are all kinds of little honeycomb shapes.
Yeah, it's plugged with carbon and raw fuel and oil. That's not a good thing.
Method C, modify oxygen sensor.
Here, what they're telling you is to emissions tamper. And I don't know why they didn't take this video down. So this is considered emissions tampering. So let's keep going. Modifying the oxygen sensor. La, la, la.
You can remove the oxygen sensor
sure
from
can.
the converter and fix Po420 by putting an extra space between the
You are not fixing anything by Houdiniing the oxygen sensor. That is not fixing anything. Just like the video of the catalytic converter they showed, it was plugged with oil. You're not fixing that. Chances are you're not even getting that cooked on oil out of the catalyst brick. Not with soap and water and soaking for 10 hours. You have bigger engine problems than that. All right, so let's keep going.
Sensor in the converter. For spark plug non-fouler. And then use a 1/2-inch drill
So let me teach you how to emissions tamper your vehicle.
to refit it. By doing this, the spark plug non-fouler is now having enough space to fit into the...
Most of the time this doesn't work because there is more to a science to this based on if the catalytic converter is full or empty, or how bad the engine is running, triggering the temperature at that oxygen sensor point.
The oxygen sensor. Put them together and put...
Hence, they're showing you the absolutely wrong location, which is before the catalyst brick, which is messing with the air fuel monitoring oxygen sensor. So in his hand right there at the top of that catalytic converter is the air fuel sensor that tells that computer how much oxygen and fuel are present in the system, and that sensor feeds back to the ECU on its fuel delivery. So if you tamper with that part of it, you're really screwing up the whole entire thing. So this video, even though they got 2 million views, is really not that great of a video. So let's keep going. But what this is teaching you is how to emissions tamper and tampering the wrong way, making your car run even worse.
Put them back on the catalytic converter.
Yeah.
If you find refitting the component is too complicated, you can also get some parts like oxygen sensor extender or oxygen sensor socket to create that space. So here are 3 of the most practical solutions to fix the Po420.
None of which is practical, because method 1, cleaning your converter, isn't really identifying what the problem is here or there. If you have a dirty fuel injector, it could, and chances are the converter is already damaged and the brick is fuel soaked. So you trying to run fuel injector cleaner through it will potentially correct the dirty injector or maybe clean it, but the catalytic converter has already suffered damage. The wash method, yeah, you're really not going to take your catalytic converter off and wash it with soap and water and have success, especially if the substrate's cracked or missing pieces or is completely plugged. Soap and water is just not going to do it. And then method C is tampering with your emissions package and doing it all the wrong way, which I would never advise. So C is not, it says it's a fix. It's not a fix. It's a magic trick and it doesn't always work. B, very labor intensive to wash a catalytic converter. If you're going to take the converter off to wash it, identify why it failed and replace it. Don't waste your time. You're not cleaning it with soap and water. And 1 is probably your best start, is a good fuel injector cleaner to give yourself a baseline. But if you need to get into a, like, wow, I've never cleaned my fuel injector, my catalytic converter, I have a code, it's really time for you to maintenance up the car. Air filter, cabin air filter, PCV valve, full tune-up, fuel injection service, GDI service, carbon service, and hope that the catalytic converter hasn't suffered enough damage at this point. Keep in mind, missing substrate, cracked substrates, decayed away substrates from over advanced timings or misfires. There's so many different factors into why you're getting a catalytic converter code. And this is one video I wouldn't take any advice from. Thanks for watching.